side. You've done a lot of fun things and some interesting things as well. And I wanted to talk to you briefly about your trip to Afghanistan, because I bet that was a bit of an eye-opener and maybe even a life-changer for you.
Yeah, you say, like, after the last test match I went under the knife the next day, so I've not played cricket since September, so it's given me an opportunity to do various things. One of them was the opportunity to go to Afghanistan. I went with Gary Lineker to present the Pride of Britain Award to a girl called Holly, who was one of the combat medics. And it's one of them things you see on the telly, you see the reports, but up until you go to Helmand Province, you've got no idea what it's like. And I'm arriving there on crutches. It's probably the most uncrutch friendly place you could have used to in your life. It's just rubble everywhere, and there's like these rubber mats with big holes that you just slip down. But it was embarrassing in some ways, because especially around the hospital, everyone's asking how I am. Alright, and I said, well, I'm actually fine, I've got a dicky knee.
You got a sports injury and they've...
You know, there's some horrific things going on over there. And one of the things which hit me most was actually meeting a lot of the soldiers who were between 18, 19 and like 30. And they're probably some of the most impressive people I've met in my life. And I felt inferior to them. You know, and the sense of camaraderie and the way in which they all support each other. It's like the ultimate team. So there's certain things in which you can identify with, however they just do it on a much greater level. And I've only been once. You know, I'd love to go back. You don't realise, you know, the dodgy cricketer actually going over there.
You had no idea, really, flying out there, you had no idea what to expect.
Well, no, and then I flew from Dubai on a C-17, which is one of the big planes with the back opens, and I'll get on the plane, I got given a bulletproof vest and a helmet.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And then I started off on the pilot's deck, in like the jump seat, and then with 20 minutes to go, you get told to put your vest on and your helmet, and then you turn the lights out. And I got kicked out of it because the spotters came in to check, obviously, whatever was flying about. I was sat on my own behind the pilots and the pitch darkness, I'm scared of the dark anyway. And I'm thinking, what am I doing here? As he landed, just straight out. And landed and getting at the back of the plane was like, I'm on the face time.
So let's just stop you there for 1 second. You're now wearing a bulletproof vest and a helmet, and you're scared of the dark.
Not a great combination, yeah.
How did you feel? Was that as nervous as you've ever felt?
It was probably up there, yeah. Not knowing what to think. And then we got off and it was middle of the night. We got shown to the tent where we were staying and had my rucksack. But the worst thing was, I was on, well, not the worst thing, but I was on crutches and the toilets were like 150 yards away across the rubble on these rubber mats. I was in like a tent full of soldiers. And I had to go to the toilet in the middle of the night and I was looking around trying to find a bottle or somewhere. I had nothing. I lost my torch and it was pitch black. So I had to walk to the toilet, but I must have fallen over about 15 feet. Sorry mate, sorry. I've been through on my crutches, but yeah, having been and experienced it, I don't give a look at my wife and kids that I signed up on the spot because...
Really? You were that inspired by it?
It was just the people. It was so impressive, and at such a young age. It was an amazing few days.
I bet they treated you like a bit of a hero, didn't they? Which maybe might have embarrassed you in the circumstances.
I find it a bit intimidating. You walk into a tent or whatever they stay in, and it's like a battalion or whatever you call them, or a regiment, and you're just faced with like 25, 30 soldiers, and they're all sat around, and it's quite an intimidating thing to do, and then you sit around and you get chatting. And I think one of the things which struck me was how pleased they had to see you. And I don't think it's because I play cricket or because it's me. I think it's just someone from the outside world almost, where you can sit down and have a conversation about what's going on back home. And I see maybe for 5, 10, 15 minutes how long you spend with them, get away from what's going on and take your mind elsewhere.
Alright, motorbikes. I hear motorbikes, Freddie.
Yeah.
That's one of your big loves these days.
I've wanted a bike since I was 17.
Yeah. When did you get your Harley?
I was 28.
Oh, okay.
But my mum said when I was living at home, no tattoos, earrings, or motorbikes.
Oh, really?
So I thought when I was mature enough to have a motorbike, I'd get one. And
yeah. You thought you were at 28, did you?
yeah. I thought I was, yeah. So I got one, and the wife bought me another one for my 30th birthday.
Oh, right.
I was in Florida for 12 weeks doing some training. And she bought me, it's called a Bourget Fatso, which is like, it's not quite a chopper, like an ocean, what's it called, Orange County chopper, but not far off. It's got back tyre this big on front. So
which one do you prefer? I mean, presumably you ride one or the other for a particular reason?
Yeah, if the weather's nice, I use the Harley as transport, because like in the motorbike world, it's like probably driving a Range Rover.
Yeah.
The other one is it's hard to ride. You know, it don't go around corners very well on that, so that's more fun.
And am I right in saying you're a Man U fan?
You're wrong.
I'm wrong. I'm very sorry. You're probably a Preston fan.
Well, I'm not massively into football. I grew up as a kid watching Preston.
Yeah.
The school I went to on the estate played football all year round, didn't play cricket. So I played football just so I didn't get beat up every day because I thought cricket was a bit different.
Right. You thought you might get beat up? Were you not a big lad?
I was tall and skinny, but
okay.
at 11 I've got no chance for the 16-year-olds.
Fair enough.
So I played for the 5th years in the first year. I played centre half. Played a couple of games for Preston boys, but I was terrible. I knew I wasn't very good. I wasn't that fussed. So it was more for acceptance. But every Saturday we used to go to the town end at Preston. We had like idiots for 90 minutes next to the bloke with a drum. And then I moved to Manchester at 16 to play for Lancashire. And I started to watch City.
Now, we ought to talk about cricket, Fred, obviously, because after all, that's what you're most famous for. Hell of a career, great career, lots of ups and downs like any international cricketer, but 2 Ashes alone probably seals it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. 2005, what's made of that? It's one of the best series I played and the most enjoyable, if not for the fact that it was the Ashes, and it was the best 2 sides in the world at the time.
And an epic series as well.
Yeah, and the side you were playing against had all the Aussie greats in it, and it was an achievement as a team for us taking them on and beating them the manner in which we did. Which obviously proud of. 2009, I enjoyed it. I probably didn't have the impacts as a player I'd like to have done. I played it injured more the series, and you know, it's probably 4th and 5th best teams in the world. However, it was still the Ashes.
Still the Ashes.
But to be on the podium at the end of it and finish it, signing off a Test career that way. Yeah. It was a perfect ending.
Yeah. Did you? Am I right in saying you've never done a run out in Test match cricket? You've never run somebody out.
Not direct hit.
So you left it to your last test to run out arguably the best batsman in the world?
Yeah, it probably wasn't the way in which I thought I'd get involved in it. And the way in which I was moving at the time, I reckon Ricky thought it was a 1-1.
I was going to say, do you think Ricky actually thought, oh, it's only Flintoff with his dodgy knee?
He's all been around easy, and
he's never run anybody out in his life in direct hit. Yeah, I've got no chance of being run out.
Well, I just held it as hard as I could, and it managed to hit the stumps. And you know, I'd love to say it's down to all the practice I put in the midfield, but it's not. You know, I take a few catches in the morning that slip, and that's me done. Because we're back in the ball, and that takes up all the time. Yeah. The fielding suffered a little bit.
Oh dear, there's some script writer somewhere, Freddie, doing your stuff. And the other thing, of course, was Lords, which, again, I think I'm right in saying for everything you've achieved, you haven't got yourself up on the board?
I'm on the batting side.
But not on the bowling side?
No, and I think on the batting side, they should just take it down. Because
why?
Well, this is the one thing that annoys me about, not the board as such, but statistics and things. It should be judged on how the end result for the team was.
Yeah.
100 odd. In the last innings against South Africa, in a game which we were getting absolutely battered in, and we got hammered.
Yeah.
And for that reason, it shouldn't stand. You know, they should either be up there in a game which you've won, or you fought out for a draw. So, you know, on the batting side, I don't take much pride in that, but on the ball, to be involved in a victory. Yeah. And get my name up for that reason.
First victory in about 300 years against Australia at Lords. Yeah. And you got a fifer, which was...
I got 5, yeah, and it's something in my career. I've never taken too many fifers. So to get one at Lords was...
I think the thing about you, Fred, I mean, you talk about stats, and stats tell you something, but I think they can be misleading as well. This is not just about, I mean, you know yourself, look at someone like Graham Onions, how well he bowled in South Africa. Did it pick up too many wickets?
I can't believe he didn't play the last test.
No, well, he should have done, really.
He was probably, if not the best bowler.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't show drop catches, it doesn't show the influence that you do.
It doesn't show the impact he has on the bloke at the other end.
Yeah.
If you're bowling that well down one end, you know, you're helping your mate out down the other, and you talk about hunting in packs and bowling in pairs, and that's a prime example.
Yeah.
And you're not always going to get the wickets, but you can take pride in what you're doing for the side. And stats, you know, I played with players who are just worried about their average day in, day out, irrespective of the performance of the team. And I know in my career that, I don't know, for some reason, especially the runs, if the side were like 500 for 4, I didn't tend to get any.
No. Oh, you're going to have a smack, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and you look at I used to look at a series at the end of it and look at 5 test matches or how many one-day internationals in a series. Actually, how many of them games have I influenced out? How many games have I had an impact on here? As opposed to thinking, well, I'd like to average 45, but you know, we've been beat 3-1.